Good morning. Good morning. It's Mega Money Monday or Mega Chop Monday today, maybe, because the elections are happening tomorrow. So you do have to be careful on a day like today. Not expect a whole lot of action today. Don't be expecting that today is going to be a type of day where we might trend. Maybe, who knows? I mean, nobody has a crystal ball to really know what's going to happen. But if I had to take a guess, I think volatility is going to open on up tomorrow, but that's just a wild guess. Why do I say that? Well, because we have the obvious, which is the elections. Elections are happening tomorrow, and yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting to see exactly what's going to happen. And I mean, there's just so much other news this week. If in case you're not sure where to pull up news from, well, this is where you would do it. Economic calendar right here. You basically have all the news here for the entire week. You can come here and basically check out everything that is, you know, uh, happening this week. I even filter. I want to filter this. But give me a second. I'm on a combine trade right now. Wants to hold or not. So let me go back to this here. This is where you can come here and get all the news from. If in case you don't know, I'm just saying, if in case you don't know, it's right there. But yeah, we have FOMC on Thursday, which is gonna be the big one. Bye. So today we basically have some numbers at 9 in 55 minutes. So that would be 10 o'clock. We do have some numbers at 11:30. I mean, I don't want to be here by then, so it doesn't matter to me. Tomorrow it's gonna be, of course, the election day. So be careful. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of volatility that's gonna be opening on up, especially Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, especially Wednesday morning. It's gonna be pretty wild. So, and then we have, what is this week? Tuesday, Wednesday. We're gonna have a few extra big numbers at 10:30 there. And then the big one, which everyone might be waiting for, is going to be Thursday. So Tuesday and Thursday, a lot of volatility. Anything is possible, and we must just take level to level because we'll never be able to predict which way the market is headed. Look at that. We got FOMC statement, FOMC interest rate decision. This is all on Thursday, 2 days after elections. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen. But at the end of the day, I would argue that we just need to follow price. When we break down certain key levels, then that's when we are going to know that we are bearish. I'll talk about those key levels I'm looking at right now. I'm on a combine trade. This is full disclosure. I am on a combine. I'm not on XFAs this morning. Why? Because it could be choppy today, right? Especially with news happening tomorrow. But right now, I'm just basically following the plan I posted up here on the Discord. If you're not there, I should have done it earlier. This is already the third or fourth test of this level, but nonetheless, I'm still interested for now. If we can hold that 60 level, I'll be holding. This is what I mentioned here. If we close below 60 to 63 resistance, which will support Friday morning, we broke it down in the evening. So we're in a tight range between 63 and 30. And what was it? If we can recover 60 to 63, I'll be looking for longs again on Monday morning. That's what I posted up at 9:04 on Sunday, I believe. Yes, Sunday. So I'm just basically taking that trade as exactly as posted on that. But I should have done it earlier. Like, look at this. I mean, it's always like when I'm not around on the computer, right? This was yesterday. Oops. Pull this back up. So we basically opened up with a gap. Okay. We opened up with a nice gap on Sunday. This was Sunday session. We bounced from 40 level of support right there. We get the dip. And then once, this is the key level right here. Once we get that reclaim there, which again, I had posted about this reclaim of this level here at 6. What time was it? This is why I love the Discord. It's all timestamp. So there's no denying it. What time was this? 8:58 yesterday. So obviously way before market even opened on up. But I was not around. I didn't get the notifications on my chart on my phone. Buenos dias, Antonio. You can see that that reclaim right there, 60 to 63, I mean, it trended pretty nicely on that first reclaim. That's what I mean by the first time is the charm, right? Like we got from 60 to 63 all the way up to that 76. Not massive, but nonetheless, it still worked out there. We got another dip. We get another bounce from 61. We got to 70. So not massive again. And then again, we got another little trap here. Another higher low there. Again, like we kind of look like we're breaking down this level. So yes, I should be probably shorting right now. But again, until 60 fails, I really have no idea if we are going to break down. We could easily bounce one more time from here, right? So I just want to point that out here. If it does not work out, this is why I didn't even bother mentioning it on the Discord this morning. Because one, I'm on Combine. So you know what I mean? I can afford that extra risk on the Combine. And two, I'm just basically following the plan I stated since Sunday. Am I late to it? Probably. But nonetheless, we're still holding 60. So until we don't hold it, I'll be shorting below that level. But I just wanted to point that out there right here, that this was on the Discord pointed out. Now, this is what I want to show you here. One, we got a whole new kind of display happening right here. It's a little bit tricky. I know it might be a little bit confusing to kind of see, but I got bored of basically popping in the big time frames, how I used to do it before, and then like only one chart at a time. I don't know if you guys remember that, if you were here before. It was basically on the main screen, but yes, I take pride in the work I do, okay? I know, say what you want, but nonetheless. Anyway, so you can see on the big time frame here, this is the daily chart. This is going to be that key level. Once that 25 to 30 level goes right here, I would argue that the second leg to the downside, or the second wave to the sell, is incoming. And we are going to be probably likelihood selling on lower, because this is the major Jenga block, which cannot fail, or else we're likely heading on down. So at the moment that breaks, I know we're going to be very bearish in terms of the setup we got going on. But until that level does not break, which is that 57, 25, 57, 30 level, which is very clear in our technical analysis here, that it can't really fail, because if it does, it's going to be pretty dangerous for the market. I mean, I don't know why this is kind of low here, but try to pull this thing back up. Is this OBS program thingy? All right, so you can see here how that's a pretty important level. I mean, look at how many days get rejected up there. Look how many traps are above here. Look how many days bounce from here. Look how many days even right now we have bounced from this level. So you can see that it's a key level, right? Like there's multiple touches of this level. There are multiple key bounces and rejections of this particular level. So until that level does not break, I simply think we're chopping right now between this 30 level, which is right on the top of this range, and right below that level, which is 57.75, 57.80 level. And I mean, can you deny it? Like this day is basically right in the middle. And I would not be surprised if we closed here, somewhere in between here, because elections are tomorrow. So today they might not want to do the big move. I have no idea. Maybe. And you can see here on the 15-minute chart, we did close, or we still have that gap from Friday, which we have not closed, all the way down at the 57.43 level. So perhaps we're going to go fill that gap right now. It looks like we're breaking down 57.60, which is a mid pivot point. So, yeah. Kind of trippy and confusing, but. So we're kind of breaking down 59. I might get out of this. Like I said, it's a combine trade. That's why I didn't even bother putting it up on the Discord there. And it's because I knew it was going to probably ride on until the live stream. So you can just come here and see it. But so we're breaking down 60. Perhaps we could be shorting. Looking for that gap fill all the way down to the 43. 112. I think the key here was to wait for the market to open on up. I kind of rushed into this position a little bit early. And then I walked away from my desk. And then when I came back here, I'm like, oh, well, now I'm already in it. Now I gotta let it ride. But I would argue below this 60 level, we're probably going to fill that gap to the downside there. Like I said, I don't like shorting the levels when we're above them. Right now, it looks like we're breaking it down. So until we actually break down 60, I'm not really shorting. I'm going to short weakness. Today, honestly, we'll see how the market opens on up, but it's Monday, so it's going to be that hangover Monday that I always talk about. Market kind of chops. And number two is going to have to be, elections is tomorrow. Like, are we going to actually get a nice trend move today? It's unlikely, but anything is possible. So I'm just saying, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's got a crystal ball. So I'm going to take a level to level. Above 60, I'm looking for the long side. Below 60, I'm looking for the short side all the way down to the 40s. Potentially 30s too, but... All right, let's see. If this thing doesn't pop back around, back above 60, like, really quickly right now, I'm going to get out of it. Video that goes over your pre-market and actually no, I don't. That's a good point, but I don't really do a pre-market analysis. So what I do is I actually mark my levels at the market close. I like to see the action, how we close overnight, and more importantly, yes, the price that we do close at overnight and what key levels got broken or we held during the day, which you must do overnight. I don't think you could do it pre-market for the reason that you can build a bias pre-market. Like, for example, right now, yes, I mean, as easy as it would have been for me to guess that this would have broken that 60 level after being tested, one, getting a trap down there, working once, twice, three, four, 5 times this trade has worked out overnight. 5 freaking times, right? So I cannot just assume that this is gonna be the one where we break down. Yes, it's breaking down, but so be it. Like, I understand the risk, so I'm on a combine, right? But this is what I want to point out to you, that I think you need to be doing your game plan before or ahead of time, not while the market is open, because right now we could be building a bias. You know what I mean? It's a matter of price. So 60 to 63 was what I was looking for. This is what I mentioned on the Discord here on Sunday. So I have to follow that plan. You know what I mean? Like, this is based on levels that I have done my homework over the weekend. I don't think you can come here and build a pretty good bias and just, in half an hour, kind of, or 10 minutes, build it up. And I think with experience too, like, the more you've been trading inside the same levels, it just becomes, repetition kind of thing. 60 to 63 is where we closed below on Friday. We broke down, we bounced, we recovered, we pushed. It's rinse and repeat with ES. It's the same endless kind of story over and over again. I'll be honest. Like, that's how I kind of feel about it. 60 to 63 was support all week, broke down. Now we might be heading on lower, but in terms of analysis, to give you a more clear answer, you don't need to be spending all weekend long either. That's not what I mean. I just mean, like, on the weekend when markets close, take an hour, see what levels kind of held, go in a big time frame. You cannot get this 60 to 63 on a 2-minute time frame. You know what I mean? This has to be on a key time frame, like an hour. Some people use the 4 hour. I like the hour and the daily chart. I look at the weekly just to kind of get an idea of, like, where big trend is overall headed. But majority of my levels do come from a daily or an hour long. And this level, even if it fails, stops me out here, it makes no difference to me. Why? Because I know the level has worked out 5 different times. I can prove it here. Like, it's not that it didn't. We got this bounce from here. We got this one here. We got this one here. 3, 4, 5. Like, how many more bounces can I expect from this level, right? The more it gets used up, the more unlikely that it's gonna work. And there you go. Got stopped on that. Like I said, it was a combine trade. I'm not expecting too much on today. But nonetheless, below 60, I should have probably flipped short. I just don't like doing that. I like to commit to the trade that I'm already on. Now, if we do get another pop towards that 60, I'll be watching for a potential short there to be filling that Friday's gap all the way at the 43. It's kind of smelling like we want to fill it, but we'll see. Exactly. So when the market closes today, that's what you want to do. You don't want to do it in the morning. And it doesn't take too long. Trust me, it will not. Maybe the first couple of times it will, but after it won't. It will literally take you like half an hour, 45 minutes tops, right? And then it's a matter of waiting for to execute your plan. You want to be a sniper. I know, use it as an analogy, right? Not as a literal form, but you want to be picking your shot wisely. You don't want to be like, for example, we're at 57. Well, why am I going to try to long here? Like, I mean, I see this low here, right? You could be arguing that we might be putting in a higher high or, you know, a double bottom there, right? But in reality, the way I see it is we just broke down 60. We have a gap from Friday all the way down to the 43 right here. So we might be wanting to go down there right now. And not to mention that this was a key level on Friday, 60 to 63, and we broke down on Friday afternoon after getting a massive rally from here, which, by the way, I was long that Friday as well from this level here. So right now it's a simple game. If we recover 60, I'll be long. If we don't, then, you know, I'll probably be short right under that 60 level. We'll see what type of action happens at market open. And this is also another key thing to kind of mention here. You got to do your analysis overnight. You cannot do it, what's it called? Obviously, before market opens on up. And second, you want to keep your bias out of it. Like, I know how charts might look sometimes with patterns and shapes and whatnot, but you have to follow your plan. You cannot, like, what's the point of making a plan if you're not going to follow it? You know what I mean? Yes, I took the long there. It broke down. Imagine we reclaim 63. I'm not going to get emotional about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to just be like, whatever. My stop should have been down here, but you got to follow it. You're new and you're trying to learn about how I normally go about it. Yeah, I would say overnight. Overnight is where when you want to prep. And if you think about it, when the market's closed or when it's moving slow overnight is really the best time to do it. Because right now, look at it. If we're trying to build a bias right now, it's pretty difficult. That's how when I started to trade, I thought that I could do it like that. Like coming here, you know what I mean? Try to catch the first move. I can see this trend line that we were kind of building up here. Maybe I should have been long here or getting ready to get long. You know what I mean? Like, you start to feel like a race car driver. I used to tell my wife that I feel like a race car driver at market open. I'm like, I need to nail that market open move, you know, and that's it. You don't need to feel like a race car driver, you know what I mean? You just need to wait for price to come to you, which is a key thing, and really wait for price to come to you. I couldn't process that in my mind before. Antonio doesn't follow patterns, but follows volume. Volume really makes my mind. That's good. I mean, volume is directly correlated with price, so at least that's something, right? You just gotta, again, anything in the market kind of really works, but it's a matter of how, well, like, you mastering it and putting in that screen time there. So like I said, below 60, looks like we want to fill the gap all the way down to the 43s. I did not get a short entry right below there. We didn't really pop to the 60. I will not be taking a long here just because there's that double bottom there. I'm not interested in double bottoms, triple bottoms. It makes, you know, the key level thing. And look at this. Oops. Big picture. You always want to go big picture. Never look at the small 2-minute time frame. You know what I mean? Like, never do that. You need to get levels from big key levels. So we have a very clear, precise level down here, which is the Jenga block we're gonna need to hold even throughout elections. It doesn't matter. 25, 30 level. If we do break down this level, then I'm gonna be watching for some potential traps. If we don't trap at all, well, then we're basically heading on lower, and I can build a bias that we are, you know, downtrending. Right now, if I want to take the short, I'm basically only looking at a target of a potential 57.43, maybe the 30, but which is still a good move, don't get me wrong, but I should have been short right there. Look at that. We break down. We kind of get a little pop. I thought we were going to get a pop at least to back to 60. Because a lot of the times we back test 60 right to the tick. And this is what I mean. Like, yes, that long I took here. I took it. I walked away. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just here all the time. But on the stream, yes. But once we broke down here, right? There's no stress on my end to understand that we likely want to go lower. And this is the problem when you're new. That you have no freaking clue if this thing's going to, bounce from here or whatnot, right? So it's important to have key levels. So like 60 to 63 I talked about, right? I knew above here I want to be long, looking for the push. We broke down, it didn't work out. That's what stops are for. So we take the stop, we kind of calibrate ourselves, and we can see that we broke down 60. So then where are you looking? For a move to the downside. You know what I mean? There's no real guessing. The price is king. Below 60, down. Above 60, up. That's kind of simple. And now I'm late to the party of the short, but that's okay. I don't really like shorting. So I'm going to be waiting for the long all the way down at the 40s and 30s. How can I prove 40 is support? Well, again, this is where analysis comes in. I'm not just looking at these charts right now and talking to you about it. I've done my homework on these already. So maybe over in the morning, what you can do is like look at the overnight action, right? To answer Versetti's question. So yes, your levels have to be overnight. Your plan has to be overnight. But you can adjust slightly in the morning. So I do come here on my computer and look at what happened overnight, right? Because I'm sleeping overnight. But you can see 40 bounce right to the tick. Right there. So that's the overnight low with that. When he got the gap down, we bounced right from 40. And then, I mean, we do have some lower support here. But the major key level, we know it's going to be 25 right here to this 30 level. Down here. 25 to 30. Right there. Right now, for full disclosure, by the way, I am on a Combine account. I am not trading XFAs. Because it's Monday, and I don't really typically like to trade on Monday. I like to take it easy on Monday. You know what I mean? Work my way in. And to another comment for Versetti as well is that the more you trade, you're going to realize which days you're stronger at and which time frames you are better at. You don't want to be trading when you're not at your peak performance. All right, let's ask the crystal ball. We're looking like we're headed right down there, and you can clearly see here. Rewind the tape and rewind it backwards. We held 60 here, right? We don't know if we're gonna break down. We have no idea. We don't have a crystal ball. As pattern, you can bring whatever BS you want here. We had no idea. Okay. The odds were we were gonna bounce from here. Why? Because the odds said that we were likely gonna bounce here. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times we bounced from here. So the 6th time it failed. So, but the odds were with the long as well. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to go with the odds, right? Whatever. We broke down, and you can clearly see that once we finally break down, we get a nice little bounce that attempt to reclaim that 60. It completely fails. The trend reveals the direction, which is to the downside. You know what I mean? And here it's a matter of taking your shot. You wanna be a bear? You want to take that short? Well, it's below that 60. I wouldn't have shorted here. There's no way I would have shorted 67. But anyways, let's ask the crystal ball here. I think the crystal ball is what's really going to be the deciding factor. But please, crystal ball, give us a direct answer. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to ask you something very specific. Okay? And I want you to answer it for me. And I don't want this to trigger anybody. But I'm not American, so I'm unbiased towards your election. Okay? Is Trump going to win tomorrow? Don't fire up in the comments. We all have personal beliefs, but I just gotta know. The crystal ball's gotta give something, a prediction, right? Certainly. Oh my goodness. All right. So crystal ball is bullish on Trump. All right. Again, don't be angry. If you're a Kamala fan, I mean, that's up to you. You do whatever you want. I'm just here, playing around. I'm a Canadian, okay? So I live in El Salvador. I have no opinion over what happens in your elections. It makes no difference. I mean, obviously, other than the trading factor, but Question about the top step combine. Are you allowed to have? That's right. You are. You're allowed to have as many combines, I think, as you want. However, you can only have 5 XFAs active at any given point. And you can also have an XFA, which is what I have done in the past, and then have combines copy trade in your XFA. So you can basically play around with whichever account you want to copy trade. You can copy trade as as freely as you want, as long as it's a maximum of 5 XFAs, and then combines. I don't know. I mean, I think it's unlimited. What's it called? Okay, so the key question here is, are we going to chop at market open? It's an important question. I mean, it's Monday, right? Yes. I'm with it. I like that answer. I like it, Cristobal. Thank you for giving us very direct answers. If Trump wins tomorrow, this is gonna stay here, and you're gonna know that the crystal ball predicted Trump winning. Like the Simpsons. Are we going to reclaim 5760 and do the V? It's a valid question. We're back up 57 to 57. Very doubtful. All right, so she's not very bullish right now, which is okay. She is predicting some chop. So I think we'll give it at that. If she doesn't want us, if she doesn't think we're gonna reclaim 60, well then I think she thinks we're gonna chop and likely head on lower. So it's pretty fair for the crystal ball. And let's be fair to the crystal ball. It already used up all its mental force by predicting Trump is gonna win. I think you're going against your strategy with Trump. I don't know. I was watching again some video that the polls are pretty tight. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? 30 seconds to market opens. If we take back 60, I'm probably gonna be long. A very aggressive long, but nonetheless, I mean, it could work out. But the bearish side is we could also be short at 60. We just got to pop to the 60 there. Oh, maybe I missed a good entry short there. This is the problem here. We're at this key level, and we could easily reclaim, but we could get denied from here. I'm going to stick with the bulls for now. I'm going to have to wait and see if we can reclaim 60. I don't know. I'm not entirely with the bears on this. I don't trust them right now. Plus, then this guy over here is going to be pretty pissed off. The bull. The bull. If I get long here and we get denied, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to wait for a confirmation candle. You know, it's always best to wait. If we can close above 60, it's always best. We could get denied here really quickly. So I'm not taking my shot with the bears. I'm just not. All right, we're taking back 60, but this is the problem here. If I don't get long, we're going to squeeze. If I get long, we're going to probably pull back. I'm going to put my stop right at the bottom of this candle, then I'm done. I'm going to be probably expecting some chop if we don't reclaim this level right now. Again, this is probably a short there, but I'm just not taking it with the bears right now. I'm not doing it. Come on, take back this 60. If we take back this 60, oh my god. I'm early. I'm probably too early. I'm on a combine, so I'm like, fuck. Fudge, I mean. I can take a little extra risk here. Ugh. Too early again. Are the bears gonna actually do this? God damn it, they did it. Ugh. Like I said, it's always best to wait for a candle confirmation there. It's a key level there, but I'm not taking it with the bears. I'm not doing it. Maybe the short was the right one there. Oh my gosh. Too early. This is why don't do what I do. I said it's better to wait for some confirmation there. I'm always bullish on ES. So whose president has the best numbers on ES? Honestly, I think I don't know, but when Trump was in office, we did run to highs, right? But when Biden's been in office, we've just been running even higher and higher too. So I don't know. I'm bullish on either one, I think. I think I might have been too early on that. Like I said, it's always best to wait for that confirmation candle when the candle closes above it. We're right back. What a ducking prick. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this time, watch me say this time. I'm gonna wait for the confirmation. It just goes right through it. Like I said, 60 below 60 is a short. That right now, you can see how we're reacting at 60. Look at it. We got the little candle getting denied. Boom, back on down. We got right now on this push right to the 60 here, perhaps giving us another short entry there. But again, can you argue that 60 is going to be a key level today? I mean, so far it's proven like it is. I'm the one who's choosing to play on the bullish side, but I would argue that the analysis there is pretty spot on with 60 being a key level. I'm just always bullish on the yes. I don't know. Sometimes it's best not to be so bullish. Was Canada my first choice of countries to move to? Honestly, no. If it no, there's no way Canada would be my first choice. Watch that country. It's my country. I love it, but fucking Trudeau, man. I gotta use that word. That guy's such a little prick. He's fucked up the country. I gotta tell you. Before, when I was there, when I was young, I remember walking freely, doing a bunch of things. Like, you know, like really was totally different country. Now, fuck, it was so different. It looks like India now. I'm not even trying to be racist. I'm brown myself. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be racist. And I'm arguably Latino, Mexican. I get called all these names, but when you walk around, I'm not even lying to you. It's India, like, and like, you know, all these people with their beliefs of like, what's it called? Where are these people from again? From Iran and stuff like that, and they got Muhammad and stuff, and I don't know. Look, believe what you want to believe, but the moment you start to kind of influence or want to change the beliefs of others, that's when I kind of, you know, that's where I draw the line there. But definitely not my first choice. I was brought there by my parents. When I was 9, I left El Salvador and I was brought there, and I lived there all my life. I'm not 100% Catholic either. You know, I'm not anything. I do believe in God, obviously. I do believe there's a prime creator. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't come here and, you know, try to force down my beliefs on you. It's kind of like the whole LGBTQ thing. Again, I got nothing but respect for everybody. Everybody's entitled to do whatever they want. I couldn't care less. But keep it behind your doors. You know what I mean? Like, if I got my little ones walking around and I see, you know, two guys there half naked in the park, you know, doing things that you should probably be doing behind closed doors, then I got a problem with you, right? Or like the parade. I don't know since when in society it's been okay to have grown men, like I'm talking about 45, 55, 65-year-old men walking around naked. I don't know what we're celebrating at that point. And then you have little kids participating in the parade. So I don't know if the parents are at fault or the adults. I don't know. Again, I don't want to talk too much on this subject before I get canceled. I know it's a small stream, but trust me, the algorithms will pick up that I said the LG whatever word, whatever the hell that thing it comes up to. It's like another thing. Canada's almost broke. These guys have Trudeau has doubled the national debt, right? And what are we spending money on instead of giving money, feeding the homeless? Buying tampons for men, and they're putting it in the washrooms of men. Women gotta pay for it, okay? All right, we're testing 40. If we can trap below this 40 level, I'll probably be interested to the long side here. All right, we're kind of trapping there. I like it. I like it. Come a little bit lower. Come on down to the 40, please. Come on, a little bit lower. A little bit lower, a little bit lower, yes. All right, I'm gonna have my stop here right below here. If we don't recover here quickly, it's gonna likelihood head on lower there. Got 51 first stop here. Can take it at 50 there. See how we close here. Yesterday I was looking at levels. I got oh, buddy, that guy needs to get kicked out of there quickly. Quickly. That's to say the least. You know what I mean? You say the very least about that guy. Tampons in a man's washroom. I never thought I would live the day. Again, everybody can do whatever they want. I have nothing against anybody, but you know what I mean? Like, if I go to Canada and I'm there with, or like, if my wife takes my daughters to the women's washroom and some guys are there dangling their thing, you know what I mean? Like, there's a problem. That's what I love. I like about El Salvador. It's very like, I mean, take this with however you want, but they're very like pro family here. So if you're pregnant or you're obviously elderly, you get like handicap spots. We have dedicated spots in every plazas, everything dedicated to pregnant women and obviously handicapped people, right? And we're very pro family value in this country here. Poor country, but at least they still have values. That's right, family orientated, and I love that. It's amazing. All right, we're getting a final bounce from this 40. Let's get back to the charts here before you won't see me here. They'll just say canceled. But we're getting this little bounce from 40 here. I wonder how high we can get from this 40 here. This is, remember, the overnight session low, exactly to the tick. You can see that right here. This was where we gapped down on Sunday open. We gapped down and we bounced exactly from 40. Okay, and then right now, I see this. Can you see basically right here? We have 40 support, right? We have the little trap or breakdown below it, which is typical. I like to see like 3 to 5 points. It's okay. But today we got whatever, about 2 points and almost 3. And therefore, I take the long right there. I wanted to take the long of 40, but you saw at the time I got in, it didn't quite go there. So I gotta take the long, and then you basically look for the reversal back on up. And exactly where was the bounce from? 40. It could break down here, so of course exercise caution, right? Like I could go break even here and just kind of let this baby ride, or you know, kind of let it commit, right? I have my stop at the low of that trap there, and I like to trade like that, so I'm gonna let it be. First level up is gonna be 51 here. So like I say, like it's a level to level thing. Like you can see how we were moving, right? You can see the dump, you can see it's coming, and then you have a lot of people who are instantly thinking short, right? But again, the major key level is right at the bottom, which is that 25-30 level. So above there, I'm still bullish. I'm simply looking for that trap right there. And look at that, it's playing out so beautifully. Oh my god, oh my gosh, can you lock that 600 in there for me, please? Boom! Oh my gosh! Let's duck and go, baby. The trap again has played out, and this is why you don't get all bearish on this sell. This sell creates the volatility that we need. Look at, come on. This is where I bang my head against the wall, because it's like, I know indicators and a bunch of things, right? But what do we need indicators for? Look at this. This was the low. Look at this. Sunday. Let me get this on the chart here. Sunday, okay? At 4:58. Let's see, what time was it? 6 p.m. We get the gap fill, okay? It's right here. This is the gap right here. Look at this. That's the gap, right? Whatever. Let's not even talk about the gap. But nonetheless, what I'm looking at here is the 40 bounce. We bounced from 40 to the freaking tick, okay? And then look at this. Right now, market just sold off, right? You're probably thinking bearish, 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 which it is a bearish picture if you're shorting at 60. But unless you're short 60, there is no business to be shorting here. There's no business to be shorting here. You have no business doing anything in the middle here. What you need to understand about the market is that it does this. Look at this. It does this. I don't know if I should change it to white. It pings and pongs between ranges. You have support, you have resistances. And in the illustration there, you can see, oops. Look at the ball. You see that little trap, you're going to see it. Look right now, look. See that? You see that little dip below? This is exactly what we just did. We have 40, 60 resistance. When we dip to the 40, we get that little trap to the downside here. We reclaim, and then we just continue back on up. And where are we likely to get rejected right now? 60, because 60 is the level we just broke down, right? But this is what I want to tell you, that this is nothing but the greatest game of ping pong and Jenga ever assembled. It is. And then once that major block fails, this happens, that dump. But that dump won't happen until 25 to 30 breaks. Until then, I'm still leaning to the bullish side. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at that. This was Sunday's support level to the tick, 57.40 to the tick. So all I'm waiting for is to see price break below and get back above. And then this is when we get these squeezes. Always, it's always like that. When you have a level of support and then you have the flush and you have the reclaim. Look at that. It's doing the V. The V for victory. This is the only signal I ever need. The trap. The V. The V. Look at it. The V for victory. By the way, this is not a pattern or anything. This is just me. Because it really does look like a V. Look at it. It looks like a V for victory. If we take back 60, so if we do take back 60, it's gonna pump. Okay. So I would hope the bears kind of get this denied at 60. Am I gonna take the short at 60? No. I don't know. Especially not after this. Not after this trap here. But the V, you guys gotta follow the V. You gotta follow the traps, I'm telling you. And to the upside is the same story. Look, 60, we broke down, right? We squeeze when I got long there. We got denied, right? Doesn't this look exactly the same after this broke down? Does that 60 right here not look like the 40 down here? Tell me it doesn't. Because I swear, it looks the same to me. We create kind of this V to the downside. We create this V to the upside. And you know what we're doing here? We're going to play the game of ping pong between 60 and 40. So what's going to likely happen at this level? Why I took profit here? Because we could likely chop. Right? So unless you're short from here at the open, or you're long from where I was long at here, there's really no business to be doing here. All I'm waiting for now is to see if we can reclaim 60 and then probably do something like that. But if we reclaim 60, I'm going to be pissed because I took profit way too early, as always. Fudge me, man. I got to go in heavier. It's Monday. That's why I take it easy on Mondays. I'm in the green now, and I don't even know if I want to trade. Fuck. Look, I'm going to be waiting for that 60 reclaim. If we can pump maybe like 63 back to 60, I'll take the long there. But it's just understand that now, obviously, you can clearly see that it is a more aggressive long. But there's no way I'm longing here right now because we could get denied of 60. Something else I want to share with you guys is I'm on a 3-day fast. As of today at 5 o'clock my time, I thought I could do 4 days. I think I can, but you know what? I'm not really looking forward to it. I'm starving a little bit. Oh, especially around 5 yesterday, I was really, really hungry. From like 5 to until I went to bed. 5 to 10, I was very, very hungry. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna eat. I was almost gonna come downstairs and make something, but no, I held strong. I'm like, no, we said 4 days is the maximum, but my goal internally was really 3. That's why I think I'm gonna break at 3. I said 4, but I think 3 is enough. So I'm on a 3-day fast, and I'm just thinking about food. I'm thinking about pupusas. I'm thinking about steak. I don't know if I want picanha. I don't know if I want chicken breast in the oven. Ugh. There's so much delicious food, man. Like, what a weird stream. Think about it. We're talking about food here. But, like, when you eat every day, you don't really think about what you're eating sometimes. I feel like we just eat because we're on the go. We're working, right? Especially when you're working. If you are working, I don't work, right? Just do this full time. But when I was working before, I remember I used to just eat for the sake of snacking and stuff. We don't actually consciously think about us eating. You know what I mean? Like, when you go on a starvation or on a fast, you really start to appreciate. You're like, the smells of food, the little things, like just even just thinking about the flavor of food, it gets your brain kind of triggered all in the right ways. Yeah, I'm happy with 3 days. I'm here talking too much about food, so yeah, I need to eat. Enchiladas, baby. Oh my god, I saw them yesterday. I was looking at them. Ah, they're amazing. All right, we're getting denied here at 60, but I do not trust shorting here. But you can see, look how we're getting stuck there. Look at it, 60. We're getting stuck right there. We're having problems. After pumping 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes straight, where are we getting stuck at? Right at 60. No coincidence. The Bears need to do something here. I'm not getting happy long yet. I need to see some confirmation above that level. Although the problem becomes that the more we consolidate like this, if we are kind of flagging here, if we can manage to flag here something like this, we're likely going to squeeze through it. But I don't know. We'll see what kind of pattern we get or what kind of shape we get. Again, I don't care about the pattern. I rather care if we are flagging, we squeeze right through, then I can feel more better about taking that 60 long. But like I said, I'm not taking the long yet. It's an aggressive long. I need to see more confirmation we are taking back that level of resistance. Right now, all I see is us hitting resistance, 60. No surprise. Again, you should not be surprised at us getting denied. Take a wild guess from where? 60. You know what I mean? Almost to the tick. You know what I mean? So this is when I really like when the market's kind of trading inside ranges like this, because it becomes very clear where support is at and where resistance is at. And we don't need to ever guess. You know what I mean? We don't need indicators. Think about how many people broke their heads there trying to read inside of these candles. Look at the, like the buy versus the sell. And I'm not talking crap about anybody. I did it myself, okay? I used to trade the footprint charts. Till this day, I used to trade on the book map. I used to pay for the book map $150 a month for like 8 months straight, trying to read the bubbles. You know what I mean? Like, there is nothing to be reading. Well, okay. Let me take those words back before somebody sees this later on and leaves a comment on the stream that I don't know what the frick I'm talking about. Yes, of course they're doing something, but at the end of the day, what you really need to understand is that this is nothing but buyers and sellers. It's an auction, right? Very simple. So somebody up here is doing something at this 60 level. Somebody down here did something, or else why would price bounce from there? It didn't bounce from there because I bought it. It didn't get denied here because I said it was resistance. No, it's because someone is leaving us hints that this 60 level and 63 is a key level since last week. So today, fast forward to today, since last week, very simple. Above 63, I'm looking for the long. Below 63, I'm looking for the short. And then obviously, once you get the trap down here, that's the reversal to all this move to the downside. And the same way it goes to the upside. If we go like that, we reverse, boom, we go down. I started thinking about food and happiness. I agree, man. I don't know. The brain is the body and the brain is one amazing, beautiful thing. Plus, I love food, man. I used to be 227 pounds. I'm down right now, like almost 50 pounds from my peak. So I can tell you, I love food. Okay, I love it. I don't like food. I love food. Big picture view. You can see here right now, we are basically right in the middle again on this day. And 15-minute chart here is, I mean, we're kind of in the middle here. We don't really want to be doing too much. Something I do want to point out that is worth mentioning here on the stream as well. That is worth mentioning here is this. I'm going to pull up to you the weekly chart. We did put in 2 red weeks as of last week. And that has not happened since July 22nd. So it is worth noting that right now we have finally put in 2 red weeks since July 23. And you can clearly see why this key level is what I'm talking about. Look on the weekly basis right here. I know it's kind of small for you to see. Let me see if I can make it bigger here. Can you see that range there on the weekly? I mean, it becomes very easy to see that we are inside of this kind of chop here. Or not chop, but inside these levels. Look at it. This is what I mean by technical analysis. Look at this. Look at this. Like, we are literally, even on the weekly, inside of this box, if you will, here, right? So if we break down here, this is going to be very bearish. Okay, very bearish. This will tell us trend for probably the next coming week, if not more. We'll break down, likely back test. Okay, likelihood back test what is now the floor, meaning later on will become a ceiling. And then we can head down to the downside. We will see, though. Obviously, right now it has not happened, but the picture doesn't look very bullish right now. I got to tell you. Yes, we're getting bounces from key levels, but does not look very bullish just yet. So be careful with it. Right now, I'm just basically waiting. Can we take back 60? If we can take back 60, I'll take the long. If we cannot, the more we kind of get denied at 60, I just got to be patiently waiting. I'm not going to get long where I just took profit. Man, over here, it's parties every day. Every day. I've been going to a party every single day. I'm here excited. I'm like, all right. I'm in the green. It's Monday. We cut the trap. We displayed something on the live stream. I mean, we got the job done kind of thing, right? So green is green. I'll take it. I'll walk away. Go out and enjoy my day. Tomorrow's going to be the big day, though. Oh, man. Tomorrow, the elections. Whoever you're rooting for, or whoever you're voting for, rather. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I almost feel like the world's ducked either way. I feel like this whole thing's rigged. But I do like conspiracies. I'm not really I'm not preaching conspiracies or anything, but um, the first time when Trump got elected, I thought the economy will go bankrupt. I'm like, let's see if that Simpsons theory is correct. Obviously, this is a gigantic conspiracy, right? But and nothing happened, and Kamala, and then now you have the episodes that Kamala's wearing the same pearls that Lisa Simpson is wearing on the episode where Trump makes the country go bankrupt. I'm just thinking, I'm like, what if Trump wins tomorrow and then he does end up bankrupting the United States? I mean, we know that the dollar's gonna sooner or later collapse, and then Kamala kind of comes in, and the lefties, the left values, kind of take over the world. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Come on, nobody's gonna vote to the right afterwards. That's likely, or a lot of people would lose. Anyways, let's get back to business here. We're taking back 60. Am I gonna take this long here? I'm gonna likely wait a little bit more for confirmation. You saw what happened the first time around when I took the long at 60. It just pulls back. This is a key level. If we can test like 63 back to 60, I'll be interested at that. The Bulls need to take this level back, and the Bears need to basically get us on back down and break down that 40 down there. That's the picture right now. Don't worry, Bull. I'm gonna go with you, okay, baby? I go with you. You guys will be like, that guy's crazy. Talking to the Bull in the room. Yeah, I'm just waiting. If 60 can take back, if we can take back 60 level, I'm below. By the way, this is your infomercial of the day. Basically, if you want to join a free community, there is no inside purchases. Like those games or anything you download and then you got to pay extra to get any extra features inside. That's not what this is. This is an entirely free community. You're never going to pay a single cent for it. It is an authentic, genuine community where we're all trying to grow as traders. I post up there my plan ahead of time, key levels that are obviously going to become in play, that I believe are going to be coming to play. And we do have other traders as well that do post up their game plans as well and the levels that they believe will come into play, which, by the way, mines I believe are good. But especially, Antonio's been pretty bearish since like last week at 5,900. And I mean, so far, not a bad plan. Fuck, since that 5,900, all we've done is kind of dump since then. But anyways, I take a level to level. But again, you can see different perspectives, which is what I do like about the community. So it's not all just my perspective. And if you want to bring your own kind of view and take on the market, well, it's welcome there. We're taking back 60 to 63. I'm going to be cautious here. Maybe it's a potential long here. I do like it. I'm not in love with it yet, but I do like it. So we got the 63 touch. We're back testing 60. Question is, can we hold now? We hold it. Like I said, I like it, but I'm not in love with it yet. This is a very aggressive long. Remember, the real long is down here at the bottom. But these are still good longs, but they do take more patience now. Because we're trying to take back the land that we broke down from. This is what we broke down this morning. The bulls shouldn't have even lost that level. They had to put in a trap at the bottom there. So now if they take it back, which I do think that we will, it's going to take a little bit of extra time. You know what I mean? This long here I had at open, that was different. We were above there. We were trying to break down. I don't know if we're going to break down. You know what I mean? Right now, I don't know if we're going to take it back. So I need confirmation. I need a candle to print above there. I need to see us hold that level there. Can we take it back? The $1 million question. All right, we're holding. I like it. I like it. We're holding there. If I take this long at 60.75, where's my stop? 57. Like it, but not in love with it either. Oh man, come on. Tell me something yet. Fudge, I think I might have missed it there. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. 63 still a little bit acting as resistance right now too. I don't want to just get long here. Where am I stop? My stop. All right. Don't do what I do, okay? But I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try that 60 long. This will be my last trade on the day. I'm just worried if we dip one more time. If we dip one more time, it's gonna be a B. A little prick. But see. These are more aggressive. They do, like I said, these reclaims are more aggressive. They're different trades than the traps. Very different. I don't give this as much wiggle room, but let's see. Come on, if we can get through that 63 here. These are aggressive, very aggressive. Because it kind of tends to dip, you know, push, dip, push. Like this is the ding dong that happens at this levels when we're reclaiming. 57, 720. We're breaking down again. It's the ding dong that happens at these levels. Come on, bulls. We got to squeeze right through this level right now. Got to see that 63 get blown out now. Come on. Break through that 63. We likely push to that 70. It's becoming chopped now here. I'm getting a little worried here now. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But this is what I mean, that these are more aggressive. They are totally different trades. They're turning the ceiling into the floor, and they're a little bit more difficult to kind of navigate through the waters. Come on, break through that 63. We likely see 70. Come on. The team. After this, I'm going to be going to the gym. And then I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy myself a nice fresh steak. I'm going to come home, marinate it, some beer, salt, and garlic, pepper, avocados, and a salad later. But first, give me this break of 60, ducking 3, yes. Just do it, okay? Just do it. I like the 15-minute chart here. I hope we don't get a dip. I really hope so. But look, that 15-minute chart on the top here, can you see this? That's a nice wick to the downside here. I really hope we're not testing that lower side here, but that wick there is looking super nice here. We even backtest to the top there. And right now, this thing is looking pretty good. It looks primed. It looks good. But we'll see. Come on. Come on. Squeeze it, baby. Squeeze it for Papa. And you can see here, what's it called? You see that like button? If you want to hit it, feel free. It'll help out with the algorithms. I like the bull, actually. I saw that thing. I'm like, I got to put it on the stream somehow. And then you got the teddy bears. They're taking their little break, their little nap. I don't even know what they're eating. I think they're eating cherries or something. It doesn't matter. They're resting. We're taking back 60 to 63. Come on. I could go break even if I'm not in love with this, but I think we're going to 70, but come on. Rip, 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 baby. Rip, 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 rip. And squeeze, baby. Am I going to take it? I don't know. I think we still have a lot more on this, but you know what? I'm going to go break even. Okay, it doesn't hurt to go break even, right? Let it be to ES's will, or we push to the 70, or we break even on the trade. And as mentioned here, exactly, kind of ding-dongs around this level. You can see it was not that easy, right? We had to wait for this kind of over here to kind of get the dip. Then we squeeze again, then we get more dips, then we squeeze, then we get more dips. And even right now, I'm not in love with the whole thing, but it's just a matter of, can it pop? You know what I mean? We likely will, but I just don't know on which pop. And I don't want to be holding, you know, through this crap anymore. It's either we go or we don't go, baby. Come on, just squeeze. My stop should be down here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go break even. All right, we closed above 63. That's a little bit of a good sign. That's a good sign, but like I said, I'm not break even. I'm not... You see all my entries, all the screw-ups and everything good and everything bad. It's all there, break even. I'm not hiding anything. I would have probably had my stop down there, but I'm not in love with it, like I said. So it just broke even on it. I should have had my stop down here, but I'm just not feeling it. Either way, it worked. We had like 200 and something on that trade, but I don't really like to scalp the market like that. It's either we were going to go to the 70. Really, it should have been 70 on my stop, but once I'm green on the day, I kind of go into protection mode, profit protection mode, and that's about it. But my stop should have been down here. We just took me out, and then we're back up. 60 is being turned into support now. Can you see that? We got the squeeze. We're getting the back test of 60. But like I said, I'm just not expecting a big move today as well. So that's why, you know what I mean? This is a very different setup down here. Because that's a trap. That we were selling off, we're going to likely push back into the range, which is exactly what happened, right? But once we're back in the range, I don't really know if we're going to, you know, continue to rally. Why? Because tomorrow's elections, today is going to likely be a day of consolidating. Obviously, a big move can come today later on, but the odds are that we are going to be waiting for tomorrow. That's just the odds. And don't forget, FOMC is on Thursday. This coming Thursday, big day as well. If you want to know the best place to get the news from, well, I would say is the Discord. The Discord, we actually put it up here on the weekend. I put it up there. You can see here, I pretty much brought up all the news there, taking screenshots. You can open them up and see them there. And you can see traders where they're talking about different things, different ideas and stuff. Whoops, I did not want to be showing that, but yeah. Only for people that are in the community can see more things that are more personal, not on the live stream. My apologies there. I gotta see if I can cut that part out. Actually, I wanted to stay here. I like privacy. Privacy is key for me. Especially, you know, others' privacy is also a priority. All right, so that trade kind of still would have been in play. I just, like I said, it ding-dongs around these levels. And if it was like a Friday, I would have left it. This thing would have been pumping right now. But it's not Friday. It's Monday, so we need to let it be. You know what I mean? We need to let the market congest and do whatever it needs to do. We understand tomorrow it's elections. So, yeah. Like it. We're still holding that 60. Can you see that there? Like, look at that. We're still holding it. I like it. We'll see. Just Normally trades. Typically, yes. I only trade between 9:30 and 11 latest. Very latest. I'm usually done, I'll be honest, by like 10:30. I do trade sometimes overnight. They're more rare for me. And sometimes, yes, maybe pre-market if there are numbers at 8:30. So if we do have some like jobless data or something very important like CPI data that gets released at 8:30 typically, then yes, I'll be trading at 8:30 because that opens up that level of volatility that I like because we likely sell and then we recover, put in traps, right? So those are the only times I'll trade pre-market and overnight depending on the action. Like if I'm here waiting for 30 to 35, right? I've been talking to you a lot or to on the stream today a lot about this 30 to 35 level being down here, right? If for example, we don't test this level today, not once, right? Not once. And then overnight we're testing that level, I'm going to be long. So I'm telling you this ahead of time right now. I would likely be long, right? Obviously, I need to watch the action as it's coming, but I will be long instantly. And at that point, the only people that obviously are going to know that one's on the Discord, but yes, those are the only times that I take the longs at that point overnight. But most of my trades are done at 9:30 to 11. After that, no more trading because it becomes very trappy for me. And again, really, I'll be honest with you, we are not hardwired to be sitting here all day watching these candles. Our mental state declines every single minute. In turn, you start to take trades out of boredom. You start to take trades from stupidity, like things you might see that are not really there, but you're forcing a trade, right? So you need to understand when you are best at trading. Sometimes you might be best from 11 to 2 o'clock. I have no idea, right? This is a very personal thing. But for me, as you saw this morning, right? We do get a lot of this volatility at market open. So that's why I got used to trading the open. And honestly, if you can get used to trading the open is the best. Like if you can do your homework at nighttime, wait for them and nail your plan by 11 o'clock, you're done the rest of the day. Like I love being done at this time. It's 10:15 your time. My time is 9:15. Now we're only 1 hour behind because the hour was changed on the Toronto. I think New York as well. I don't know who follows who, but in Toronto we had the daylight savings time switched over this weekend. So I'm no longer 2 hours behind you. I'm 1 hour behind you, or behind the Toronto and New York Stock Exchange, which is I got an extra hour to fill now in the morning because I'm still gonna get up at the same time, right? I'm usually up between 5:30 and 6. So I gotta figure out what to do. But I can always find something to do. I've been getting into meditations. I've been meditating and some other things and trying to become spiritually on a higher level, if you will. All right, so 60 holding up down here. You can see this 60 holding. We got the kind of the rip, then the dip, and look what this is what I mean. This was the ceiling, right? Ceiling, the pullback, the reclaim, and now we are trying to turn the ceiling into support, or the floor, if that makes sense. We're trying to. Resistance overtakes, now becomes support. I think you mentioned you were new, right? So it'll take you some time, right, to kind of figure out which times you're best at. But when you do, you can nail that time. And then you can kind of move it along. If your best time is from 10 to 12, then you don't really need to be here market open, right? But one thing I will tell you, because you did say that you were sort of new, don't be trading all day. You know what I mean? Like when I was new, yes, I was on the computer all day, every day, from like 7 all the way until market close at 4 o'clock. And I was making like 20, 30 trades per day. While yes, that obviously developed me as a trader, but at the same time, you don't need to be sitting on the computer all day. Mark your levels, understand like how the market moves, try to learn what works for you, right? What strategy you're like. Are you a scalper? Are you, well, we're all kind of technically scalpers a little bit, but like, are you looking for 3 to 5 points? Are you looking for 10 to 15 points? I'm looking for like 15, 20 points on my trades. But for example, there are scalpers who would see that 60 there. They're buying 60, they're selling at 63. They're buying 60, they're selling again. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's many ways to trade the market, and my way is not the only way, but you got to figure out what works for you. For me, I like the slow and steadiness of what I'm talking about, and it's the what I believe to be the truth in the market, which is that the market traps. The market is nothing but buyers and sellers, and they're obviously consistently trapping because smart money leaves clues. If you got to think about it logically, if you have billions of dollars, right? And you are going to buy billions of dollars worth of equities or billions of dollars worth of futures. Answer me one question. You know you're going to have to buy it at the price, right? 57.40. Let's assume 57.40. Well, if you know you're going to have to buy it at that price, you cannot just mark it in at 57.40 and then get filled instantly. That's not how it works. You will basically move the market by yourself. So these people, they try to average in their positions as much as they can accumulate at certain levels. They will be accumulating, and that's what. Think about it logically, right? So if you're worth billions, you're buying billions. You cannot buy billions all at one time. So you need to buy, let's say, 10 million at 57.40 last week, this morning, this afternoon. You get what I'm saying? You're trying to average in your position, even though it might not be 57.40, it might be 57.42. But the idea is you're trying to average in your position at particular levels, right? So if we can understand that, then we can come to the conclusion that that's why support and resistance works, because the same people who are essentially doing the buying at these key levels, averaging into their positions, which is smart money loading up, this is what creates supports in the market and resistances in the market, because that's where the real big buyer and seller is sitting at, if that makes sense. And they have to leave the clues and the hints in the charts because they have to, because they're buying at whatever the price is at, right? They can't just artificially create a price and get in. Like if we're seeing 57.64, they cannot be buying at 57.40. They just cannot. They have to wait for that dip. They had to have orders sitting here, millions and millions of orders sitting there, and then boom. How many times have we backtested this level since backtesting it today? We've only gone down to this level once. How many times did we backtest this 51 level? 1, 2, 3, 4 times. How many times did we backtest this 60 level? Many times. But how many times did we backtest 40? Once. You know why? Because the big buyer, the big seller, is sitting right here. So until this level breaks, this buyer here is controlling price back on up. And I shit you not, that has taken me years to try and understand. I'm not even playing with you. It's literally taken me years. If I could only go back 7 years ago when I first picked up the first ducking book, it was about trading patterns. What pattern do you see here? There is no pattern. All I see here is a trap. This is called the trap, baby. Right below that level of support right there. And boom. Fuck, I should have made that into a video. All right, well, I think that's enough preaching for today. I'm going to leave you with the Discord community, which is obviously your ticket. The link is posted up on the chat. It's pinned to the chat. If you want to join, it's free, 100%. We got traders there posting up their levels and whatnot. Right now, I see a whole lot of chops, so I'm going to be walking away. I'm already green, so I'm happy. Yeah. So I'm going to walk away. Thank you all for tuning in. Tomorrow is Wild Tuesday. We'll carry on the conversation on the Discord chat. And yeah, so I hope that I brought you some value. This is all free content. I don't want to charge anything for anything. At that point, I kind of become a hypocrite, right? But basically, take this what you will, but if you go back and you look at the charts from like the past few days, even if keep going back, you'll see these traps. They just keep on playing out over and over again. These V's like this, they always play out. I'm not sure why, in terms of why they gotta always rally this hard, but it's none of my business. I just gotta know where to be buying, right? Thank you for the stream, learning. Well, I appreciate that. As long as you're picking up one thing that you are kind of liking that and you can implement it to your trading and it helps you and you find it helps you, that's great. Like, that's what this is for. And you see that 60, well, it's entertainment purposes only, don't sue me after, but you get what I'm trying to say. Like, look at that, 60, 63, we're trying to reclaim that level. I was already long there. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna preach good trading. I already traded, I think, 3 times today, so I'm done. I'm not gonna be overdoing it anymore. I actually got to update that trade tracker there. I do it. You got to like. Beautiful. Amazing. It helps with the algos. Can help out with the algorithms. Today's a bit slower on the stream, actually, but yeah. Got 22 views. 4 concurrent so far right now. Chart rate. A little bit slower, but it doesn't matter. Nonetheless, again, we showed up. We got the job done. And look at that. 60 level got reclaimed there. And boom. We're heading on up. And this is why I say it's the importance of knowing where trend is going, because there's no need to be shorting here. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. I should have still been long on my trade with my stop where it was at. That was a little bit impatient on my end going break even. Could have, would have, should have. You know what I mean? The point is simple. I need to be longing, thinking to the long side. We want to continue with this push. And oh my God, there's the ducking 70. It hurts. I'm going to leave now before I do something dumb here. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I do appreciate it. I'll be back here tomorrow at 9 in the morning as usual. And let's see who's going to win tomorrow. But let's keep our biases out. Let's just worry about level-to-level trading, because that's what's going to get us actually profitable. If Trump wins, I'm not going to make money. If Kamala wins, I'm not going to make money. What I'm going to make money and how I'm going to make money is by trading my levels of support and resistance and kind of filtering out, external forces that are outside of my control. So I'm going to be walking away. Thank you all.